Right, another show of hands. Who likes shopping? Let me tell you about my last shopping experience. It was a big shop, I have to say. And gentlemen in the audience, I'm sure your wives and partners and girlfriends don't do this. But I came back with bagfuls. I had big squishy bags. I had little bags with pretty ribbon, with perfumes and lipsticks and things. Then I had rigid bags with a new pair of boots. And I put everything out and the settees in the lounge. And put, yes, that goes with that and that goes with that. And I remembered a pair of trousers that was gathering dust upstairs that I hadn't worn because I had nothing to wear with it. That came down and that went with one of the jackets. All bliss, a free outfit. And then I was spraying perfume and saying to my daughters, what do you think? What do you think? Is this suitable for work or is it too heavy? Is it a day perfume or is it an evening perfume? What do you think? Lipstick, new lipstick on. What do you think? What do you think? Is it me? Does it suit my skin tone? Great excitement. When did your clients last feel like that when they left you? The buying experience, the shopping experience, when it's good, as we know, there's nothing like it. You love shopping. Clients like shopping. Clients are not alien beings that have come down to earth for your 1 hour a month. So, you like it, they like it. They like going home and opening packages, smelling, putting their new serums on and creams on at night. It's a great experience. Don't deprive your clients of it. So, your clients like shopping. Price. Ooh. Right, another show of hands. This is where you men put your fingers in your ears. How many of you, us, have brought something that at the time you couldn't afford? That last pair of shoes you brought, did you need them? Did you want them? So imagine, this actually happened to me fairly recently, evening dress for the awards due tomorrow night. So I'm in the changing room and I put this rather nice frock on, as my husband always calls expensive dresses. That's a nice frock. So and I'm thinking, oh yes, looking in the mirror, yes, yes, that's all right, they're under control, yes. And then look at the ticket, But I think, well, I'll do the next 2 Tesco shops on my Barclay card. It's my birthday next week. I'll get £50 off my granny. I said, because I'm having it. Then I remember what my mother said many, many years ago. That long evening dress, when you've worn it a couple of times, you could cut it off and it could be a cocktail dress. Never ever done it. But every time I buy an evening dress, I say to myself as I'm getting out my credit card, I could always cut this off and wear it as a cocktail dress. If we want something, we find the money. You do it, and your clients, again, they're not circling around in their spacecraft, are exactly the same. And, on a serious note, it is not up to you to decide how much I can afford. That's my choice. Your job, as the professional, is to tell me what I need to achieve the wants that you have already uncovered. I will then decide what I buy. And sometimes, and I fell into this trap as a young therapist, you think people can't afford it. And if ever anything's going to turn around and bite you on the bum, it's going to be that. I'll just tell you a little story. I went into, wherever people live, there's always one posh shop, isn't there? And I went into our local posh shop. This was a number of years ago. And it was on a day off. It was a Monday. We were moving offices. I'd got my jeans on, an old rugger shirt, splattered in paint. I got the look up and down from the lady who owned the shop, the raised eyebrow. She said, can I help you? I said, yeah, I'm looking for an outfit for a wedding. I said, I'm sorry for how I look. I'm looking for a skirt suit, size 12, blah, blah. But she wasn't listening. You know how when you can tell people aren't listening? And she just put her hand out and sort of guided me. She didn't touch my back, but she was sort of guiding my back. Excuse me. And she said, I think Madam would find clothes to her liking over here. So I turned to where over here was, bargain rail. Needless to say, no purchases were made from that shop on that day, and I've not darkened her door ever since. But every time you have a treatment or a product that would benefit that client in your hands and you don't tell her or him about it, you are doing exactly the same to them as that woman did to me. Price is not an issue if it's something that somebody wants. Are we clear on that? Lots of nodding. Are we clear on that? Yes. Okay. So, what do your clients want? Do you know? I'm not going to ask you questions on this, but just think about a couple of clients in your mind's eye now. Do you know what it is that those clients actually want? Or have they been clients of yours for so long that you've got quite friendly and chatty and you talk about the kids and the husband and the this and the that? You've become their friend. Now, there's a few people in the audience who know me quite well, and there's nobody more friendly than me. But I was actually quite almost a severe therapist when I was a working therapist. My clients were coming to give me money for a result. And my God, I was going to give it to them. So, do you know what those clients want now that I've asked you to think about? Or are you like a salon that a friend of mine once brought, and she looked through the record cards, and one lady had had the same facial every month for 12 years? Now, you telling me that lady's needs hadn't changed in 12 years? They change at least 4 times a year with the seasons. Let alone medication, trauma, stress, worry, whatever. So what is it that your clients want? Do you ask? Do you guess? Do you make assumptions? Another little funny story. When I was a very young therapist, I used to be very keen on electrolysis. I could spot a hair, you know, a mile off. And this lady came in. She was booked out in the appointment book for 15 minutes. Okay, and she came in with hairs like this on her chin. And I thought, ooh. So she was on the couch. I got myself on the stool, wiped her chin over with surgical spirit, because that's what we did then. Got my needle holder at the ready, and she said, what are you doing? So I had this horrible feeling start in the pit of my stomach. So I said, I'm doing the hairs on your chin. What hairs? On my chin. And then, of course, you know the adage, when you're in a hole, stop digging. I got the JCB out. I said, I'm specially trained and I can spot hairs that other people can't see. And anyway, lots of upset. She came in, it turned out, for an eyebrow shape. It was everybody's fault but mine. I berated the receptionist beyond belief. So don't assume. You know the adage about assume. Never assume. It makes an ass out of you and me, which is how the word assume is spelt. So my question to you is, do you know what each and every one of your clients wants from you? And if you are thinking, I'm not sure, do something about it. And you do something about it with regular consultations. What we tend to do as an industry is do the consultation first, the very first time the client comes in, and then other than possibly writing in what a client's had and the date and getting her to sign it, that's it. But needs do change. And again, you don't want to be like that salon that gave the same facial every month for 12 years. Okay? Now, there are 2 types of card. There's a record card and there's a consultation card. The record card is something that we fill in really as an insurance prerequisite. And we want to know their name, we want to know their address, we want to know their landline number, their mobile, their doctor's name, their doctor's address, their doctor's... We want to know if their periods are regular, and then they come in for an eyebrow shape, how many children they've got, and all this.